Hey everyone, this is King David, and today I have a historical battle for you. Today we're in World War II, and it will be the Battle of Kursk. I'll probably have to put up the word on the front on the screen, but not right now. Today is Today is going to be more of a historical view of World War II. No alternate history. Now, here's where it begins. The Battle of Kursk was an armored engagement against the Germans against the Russians. And I should have put that in order first, but here's how again. The battle contained 6,000 tanks, 4,000 aircraft, and 2 million men. This battle would cost over roughly 4,000 casualties, or 400,000, I think. Yes, roughly around 400 casualties. Now, 1 minute. The Battle of Kursk will actually roughly around 3,000 casualties. Sorry about that. With technically a German defeat, but attain a lot of heavy losses for the Russian army. This would actually be a turning point in the Eastern Front. So, let's begin. And the battle has begun. Russian infantry and tanks are pushing forward, as well as German infantry and tanks going forward. I don't know how to do the aircraft on this battle, because I think the aircraft for this game is more towards the skirmish modes and single player, but this would be I try to make this accurate as I could. So here you go, and you can actually see here just the onslaught of tanks and men firing at each other. You can see explosions, rounds, and a whole bunch of stuff just going at them. And man, just look at it. just look at the field from above. And I'm like, oh, going up. Dang. Thought I can do it without. Whatever. Oh, what I'm trying to do is point out that there's a lot of tanks, mobility, and a whole bunch of more. Just take a look at the Germans. Just wow. So technically it's a big battle. I can't really cover it all, but I will try my best into this battlefield, and that's a turret. Oh, I hope it doesn't land on anyone. Oh, it looks like it will. Oh, it did! It did, and it killed him! Holy cow! That turret right here actually killed him. Wow, just take a look at this poor town is getting bombarded. It's amazing. Disabled tanks. You can see smoke and tank artillery, explosion going off. The rounds are just amazing, because you can't really see. I mean, you can see that it's just brutal. It's a brutal conflict. Yeah, this is gonna be brutal. But you can actually see here. Take a look. There's how many tanks are still alive over here. And there's still panzers going at it. that contains for both sides. That means there's a lot of tanks, infantry hiding in the left of the corner. I always forget they're in the infantry zone, but you kind of forget sometimes. Just look. Just look at the tanks, the artillery just going at it. It's just really amazing. The artillery, or no, there's no artillery. I did not have artillery, but you can just see you just marvel how the artillery, how the tanks just going for it. Just look at the Germans, just... Wow. So many German panzers just getting wrecked in an armored battle. Wow. Oh. Oh, that was an explosion. That is amazing. You just take, this is the whole battlefield. Just spectating at once is just amazing because I like, these are just the whole scale battle. Not the usual skirmishes I usually put on my channel. This is huge. This is a big battle. And I myself right now is just watching this and just slowly rotate with the mouse, and you can just see here that you can just see that you can see smoke, you can see just buildings getting demolished right around here. You can just see the panzers. That poor infantry drive is going off. Man, it's becoming a tank graveyard right here. Yeah, it's a tank graveyard. You can see them retreat back into the position. I mean, you can just see right here. The infantry is just falling back. They're just holding on, just the last remnants of their tanks, while the tanks over here are still active. Impressively active, but but there's still damage on their side. You know, I'll put on the view. There are bodies. They're just more of tank explosions, and man. And there's a floating shell right there. You can still see that those panzers are still in... Ooh. That got hurt. You can see them actually falling back over here. Both artillery and guns probably going to make a last stand against infantry and tanks. Wow. Amazing. Side note, I bet the real... I mean, honestly, I bet the real battle would have been way more gruesome than this. I mean, it probably would. I mean, if there were some civilian casualties, both on the Russians and you can see the infantry on there just falling back. But just take a look at it. They're doing it. They're moving. Oh, now they're moving up. Artillery is now. They're pushing, plowing through one of those tanks. Tanks are now pushing. This is just amazing. Look at that. And you can see on the other side of the battlefield, they're retreating back here, putting in positions and tight work. Just look at that. Oh, that explosion is right there. Man, German tanks, not German tanks, I mean the Russian tanks are oh, they're resilient. Jeez. I thought I know the Panzers were actually really well made. I mean, little cool history side note, Panzers were well built to actually fire against the German, or pretty much the Russian. Pretty much they can go toe to toe with the Russian tanks. The Russian tanks were oh, take tread damage. But you can see here on the other side of the battlefield is just the Russians, or the Germans. Just like one just retreats off the battlefield. He's going down there. Yeah, the tanks are gonna wreck them with the artillery and the infantry moving up. But you can actually really take a look at the tanks just doing damage. Now we can just see the infantry move. Now this is an infantry war. Now the infantry has pushed into this. Fighting is going to be really gruesome. Come on, push, push. Wow. You don't see the body count really well, but you do see the tanks just plowing through them. Just amazing how this is just right here. I mean, this is amazing how the infantry is just they're doing so. I mean, you now see over here that forces are now firing upon them. And it's just now slow growing to fight off the rest of the troops. Hey, you gotta keep the ball rolling somehow. Now, if you can just see here, just the explosions. Wow. The ruins of this house is just becoming a battlefield. It's a small battlefield on itself, but it's just amazing. Ooh. Oh, look at those tanks keep on. Firing back slowly. You can just, they're just all retreating. I think it's because they're mostly outnumbered by the tanks, but you can just now. Usually a battlefield. Come on, you can have. Wow. This is technically the last stand of both German artillery. Yeah, tanks are. Oh, hull is damaged. Ooh. But you can see here now, you can just move. You have both. You can see now that the Germans will probably make a last stand. There's going to be advanced fighting up ahead. I mean, we just need to now push these guys to do something. Just need to push these guys up to the front because that's where most of the fighting will now take place. But you can now see that there are. Come on, push, push, push. Look at that. Beautiful last stand of the German army. It is gonna be a bloodbath. See here that the Russian troops are now pushing into the infantry. Oh. A push would be useful. Now it's just a long way, so I'm gonna push him back, push him to towards the German positions now, because the Germans are running away in cavalry defiance. Man, this is probably the boring part of the whole battle. Come on. Now, just prepare those tanks. Now, last battle of the German army is just now full retreat. You can just see that right over there, but kind of just now I'm gonna have to play have to push these guys forward if that's the only way to win now, but wow. The battlefield is a nightmare. This is definitely this is definitely a Russian victory. You can see that with the tanks. You can see that with the. I should have gave them artillery, but I think this was a fair fight. At least they had the same amount of men, same amount of troops, and actually didn't surprise that the Russian army. They now retreated. The retreat of the German army is just full parts. I was actually gonna. German army has gone to the bridge, and you can now see that this is gonna be the last battle. I'm like, but man, all the fun stuff is now over. A bit. I mean, you can actually see there's still some resistance. There is still stuff, but honestly, it's more of a last measly resistance will crush any other German ones up here, but just this, I think this would be the final phase of the battle. I mean, it's just wow. I actually didn't expect to take this long, but yeah, the battle's now winding down. I kind of like all the excitement's now lost because the Germans are now retreating. There's only a few handful of them left. They'll kill off the. Kill them off the last bit. that last bit is going to be big and helpful for no one. And death. Okay, one more artillery guy left. And I think the boring confrontation is over, and he died from tank artillery. That was brutal. I mean, you can just see now, battle is over, but man, look at the destruction. The whole scale destruction of thousands of tanks just fighting off, and you can just see the row upon row of tanks just pushed through here. These were all the panzers that are left. That is just gruesome. But man, you have to be impressed. These guys are still waiting for something, but just take a look. This is the battlefield. Wow. Reenactment of Kursk. Man, I said it greatly on there. Again, I'll probably put it on the screen, but who knows. I probably will. Or put it in the chat. But I hope you liked the battle. Wow, even I could say, wow. I was more interested in watching than anything else because it just looked really good. Well, this is King David. Before I go, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And then, now, this is King David signing off.